Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to my review for Season 3 of Dexter. As you know, I am reviewing all the seasons of Dexter in the run-up and lead-up to 2021's return of the show, which we are all very excited for. Now, Season 3 was released initially in 2008. We get the usual 12-episode format here. And how did they follow up Season 2? Now, if you've seen my reviews for Season 1 and 2, I scored them both the same, I believe, 9 out of 10. And to be fair, two superb seasons. So how did they follow that up? Well, in Season 3, what we get here is a few different storylines here for Dexter. In his personal life, he is obviously with Rita at the start of the season. Things are going particularly well for him. He's on a high. You know, him and Rita are getting on really good. They've got a great sex life, all this kind of stuff. And it turns out very early in the season, the revelation that Rita is pregnant. So Dexter has to deal throughout the season with the fact that he's going to become a father, which initially kind of repels him. But he kind of warms to this idea throughout the season. Another storyline in regards to him and Rita here is the fact that he wants to get married. Not necessarily for the reasons that Rita does. For him, because of his lack of emotions and empathy and all this kind of stuff, he thinks it probably just be the best thing to do. And eventually, he kind of manages to find the way to ask her the right questions and all this kind of stuff. So in the end, so that they can potentially look to get married as well. So his personal life is very busy this time around in Season 3. Now, his main antagonist here in this season is Jimmy Smits, who is brilliant as Miguel Prado, who is like the district attorney, I believe it is, for Miami. He is supremely powerful, respected, and at the beginning of the season, Dexter accidentally kills his brother Oscar in, I think it's the very first episode. So Miguel Prado, Jimmy Smits' character, is driven, and his brother Ramon, they are both driven to try and find out who has killed their younger brother. And along the way, he befriends Dexter, and he learns fairly early on in the season that Dexter is a killer. Now, initially, he thinks he's kind of just a one-off, as he witnesses Dexter kill Freebo, who they believe is the one that killed their younger brother, Oscar. And they become actual friends throughout this season, and for a few episodes, very strong allies. In fact, Dexter asks him to be his best man at his wedding. But eventually, it turns sour as the season goes on, as Dexter learns that Jimmy Smits' character is in fact a very damaged individual. And a bit of a psychopath, and he's not interested in following Dexter's code. He just wants to kill indiscriminately, and mostly people who have crossed him. And Dexter will not stand for that. So there's a number of episodes where there's a standoff between these two characters, very strong characters, and they keep constantly trying to get the better of each other, which is really good to watch. So that storyline between him and Jimmy Smits is just golden throughout this whole season. Brilliant choice to put Jimmy Smits in Season 3. He's the highlight of this season in my opinion, and it just works wonderfully well. What I also liked about the season is they continue to not ignore other characters like Batista. He has a whole storyline this season of he's trying to get meet prostitutes just to make a connection. He almost gets busted by a biased police officer, and they end up having a relationship, and it's quite a nice relationship throughout the whole season. La Guerta befriends a lawyer, a defense lawyer, who is a real rival to Miguel Prado. She really gets on with this character, so that's a nice storyline for her, as well as she's got a past relationship with Jimmy Smits' character as well in the show. So she's got a nice arc going on. We've got Quinn, who's new to the team, who does particularly well. If for much of the season you don't know which way he's going to go, if he's going to be a good cop, bad cop, they do quite well balancing that. And obviously you've got Deb, who's got a few arcs this season. She has a new CI, Anton, criminal informant, that she, slowly falls in love with really during the season. And there's also another killer on the loose called the Skinner, who basically kidnaps people, takes the skin off, and kills them slowly. And he likes to torture them and things like that. So most of the season is run with Miami Metro PD trying to hunt down this serial killer, the Skinner. So there's loads of stuff really going on in this season. Even it manages to be light at times. The whole run up to Dexter's wedding and his bachelor party and all this kind of stuff is really fantastically nicely done. The whole Deb and her relationship with her partner Quinn is bubbling away throughout the whole season. Does she trust him? Does she not trust him? And that eventually has a resolution by the end of the season, and they become good partners as police officers. And we know, if you know Dexter the show, you know where that leads as the seasons go on. So I thought Quinn was a great addition because, as you remember, we lost Dokes at the end of season 2, who was a very, very good, popular, strong character. So they needed to replace him with a similar character, but it obviously needs to be different, but another strong character, and they did that really well with Quinn, with Desmond Harrington. So I did enjoy this. Overall, I really, really enjoyed this season. It's similar with most Dexter seasons. It takes a couple of episodes to get going, this. But once they get going, these seasons, they just hit the ground running. They're wonderful, and that's probably the smart thing. Because they have 12 episodes, it gives them that 2-episode arc to kind of get things going. And then you're off at the races with this. And I felt like with this season, just as I did with season 2, I felt the first 2 or 3 episodes, I wasn't sure how I was enjoying them. And I was very similar with this season, first couple of episodes, and then boom, once it kicked in, it was like, wow, love it. So this might sound predictable, but unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10 as well. I can't separate it between this and the other 2 seasons. I think they've just been brilliant. I can't give you any faults with them. I really can't. I thought they handle all the characters well. Everybody's treated with respect on the show in regards to the characters. They're all given interesting storylines to do. But obviously the central focus here is always Dexter. And in this season as well, it focuses far more on Dexter and his home and his family life. But also each season they add new layers to this Dexter character, new problems for him to solve, and this season the fact that he's always thought he could only be on his own in regards to who he is, well, now he's got a family, kids, he's going to be a father, and he's got what he thinks could potentially be a best friend. Loads of things for him to contend with. So I love this season. 9 out of 10. Onwards on to season 4. I will of course bring you that review in a couple of weeks when I have finished it. I think I'm on episode 3 now of season 4, something like that. So thanks for watching, everybody. Of course I will be back very shortly with more content and reviews on Screen Stars.